What's up, my Arizona baddies? So you might be thinking about moving or buying a home in Arizona, specifically Phoenix, Arizona area, and you heard it's cheap down here. Did you? I'm here to tell you something. It's still kind of cheap. You know, we like to complain down here, but it's not that bad. So in today's video, I'm going to talk about what you can buy with a $1,500 payment in the Phoenix, Arizona area. But first, we must discuss what is a $1,500 payment when it means the purchase price, right? We need to get a good idea of different options to get there. And I'm going to share with that to you today. And hopefully we'll learn something. And if not, then we just wasted each other's time. If you find any value in this video, if you find any value in today's video, I would totally love if you hit subscribe and like and leave me a nice comment. Tell me how nice my hair looks today or something along those lines. I'd appreciate that. First and foremost, let us start by looking at this. My favorite calculator online is Bankrate.com. They are not a sponsor. They should be, but they're not. Reason why I like them is they really have some good flexibility of working within. It's just a clean interface. So we are going to first start off with a basic 3% down loan, which is what a lot of people do. Home insurance here in Arizona is pretty cheap. So on average, maybe, I don't know, 80 bucks. Property taxes are not as high as 200 bucks. Our average property taxes are between like 1,200 to 2,000. So let's say 1,500, which would be like what, 110, 120 a month. So we'll go to 120. And let's just assume you have HOA. I know you don't like HOA, but we got to assume. So we can already see that if you have a 3% down loan, we have to reduce this to about $290 to get a $1,500 payment. So we shall look and see what we can get with $290. Now, the website I'm using is the MLS. The MLS is only accessible to realtors, but there is a great site that I own that you could use. It's called ArizonaHomeGoals.com. You can go check it out and search just as easy as here. And it is my website, so information is going to me, not to some random realtors. So if you want to use it, check it out. Links below. Single family homes under $290. What do we got? Well, this is it. A nice little slash here. Essentially, look at this, okay? Look at the 290s, and then look what happens when I go year built, like anything before 1980. Let me just do a big old square here. Remember, this is how it was diagonal, and look how it looks now, right? A lot of older homes here, but notice this part here, diagonal, right? So this area, for those that don't know, is like, it's like Arcadia and Scottsdale, so it is more expensive. So if we were to remove that area, you would see that it also resembles that diagonal. So that's what you can buy for $280. A quick glance shows you it's a lot of outskirts cities, outskirts towns. So you're not going to be necessarily in Phoenix. You'll be far away from it. And if you want to stay in the city, and we look at the kind of houses that do pop up, you get your older houses. Needs a little work, you know, not in the best condition. So you're going to be inner city, older homes kind of feel. So if this fits your vibe, then this is perfect for you. And if not, well, then that's not the right price range for you. Now, keep in mind, just because they're listed under 280 doesn't mean they necessarily sell. I can actually look here in the last 30 days of closings to see what was listed under 280 and what it's sold for. Let's just look at the last 15 to not overdo it. 93 houses have sold in the last 15 days. And if I scroll to the bottom, it exceeds 280 because they sell for a lot more. So 290, 316, 321, etc. So it doesn't mean you're going to pay 280. So if you're qualified up to 280, you probably have to be looking at 250s or 260s, which will make it even harder. So let's say you're able to put a little more down. Let's go to 5% down. What does that look like now? Well, we can actually bump it up slightly. Why? Just let's not change this. 5%. If we go to 320 and bump this to 5%, we're at 1620. So at 5% down, at even 300,000, we're just slightly higher. So with 5% down, let's just assume 30 bucks is whatever. So what do we get with $300,000? Well, 71 houses were what we had before, and now it went up to 124. So really only got about 55 more houses. And what kind of houses do they look like? Well, I believe now we're starting to get a little more newer houses in the West Valley HOA area. And actually, no, never mind. You're just still getting the older homes in the central, the central area, but maybe they might be a little bit nicer. Maybe they're a little bit more well kept. or there's potential to upkeep them. Either way, you're still not getting a big bang for your buck. So really, what you have to do here is you have to go to 10%, which sucks, I know. But at 10%, that gives you the ability to go, what is it? I think 320? Let's see if that's true. Yeah, it's still not really doing it. Yeah, at 10%, you can, maybe your interest rate goes down slightly because of that. So that'll probably help. So yeah, you're at $1,500 at 315. So we add another 15K if you're putting 10% down, and we can start seeing what kind of houses pop up now. We're seeing plenty of more houses popping up in the outskirts. We're seeing this diagonal grow a little thicker. So now we're getting some newer homes here in the West Valley, more homes here in the Mesa area. Nothing really in Gilbert Chandler, nothing right here in Goodyear Litchfield Park. Some outskirts cities like Buckeye, North Phoenix, North Glendale. You start getting a little more options. Now let's draw a map here so we don't get the outskirts cities, because if it's outskirts cities, you're going to get something super nice. But that's like true in any city though. Like any major city, if you go in the outskirts and you drive 2-3 hours away, you're going to get a better house. But we're not here to talk about that, right? I think you guys have figured that out. 315, what are you getting? Well, nothing really newer here. We're still looking at the older homes, and occasionally you'll see, well, that's Sun City. It's a retirement community. Something newer like this pop up. It'll be smaller, needs a little work, but you're starting to get some of those newer houses. Sun City West is a retirement community. So you're getting a lot of retirement community. Okay, another newer one, right? So we're starting to peek into those newer houses, but still a lot of them are going to be older. So now what if you're a baller, you're pouring 20% down. So now you get rid of your PMI, which is great. Interest rate's probably going to be a lot better. I don't know. It's like 2.75. Now we can go up to what I'm thinking, 350. Let's see if I'm right. Close enough. Oh, wait. Yeah, exactly, 350. So now at 350, what can we do? Well, first of all, we add $35,000 more, which is going to help. Obviously, I know not everybody has 20%, but that's the point of the video, okay? So we're getting a lot more houses. That is definitely not just a diagonal no more. It's more like an X, a very poorly miswritten X. A lot more in the outskirts cities. We're getting a lot more here, the newer communities, Buckeye, North Glendale. We're starting to get maybe just a little peek of Gilbert Chandler, little peek of Goodyear, little peek of Levine. Starting to get more areas. North Glendale, North Peoria, very popular. Just focusing into that area so we can start seeing the newer houses. I'm going to add Buckeye because Buckeye is like technically, West Valley is growing so fast. Buckeye is almost like basically part of it. And I believe now you're going to start getting definitely a lot more new properties. So you're going to start seeing more of that HOA style, like all the houses look the same, which, you know, some people don't like. But, you know, for a first-time home buyer, I don't think there's nothing wrong with that kind of house. That's not the first house I had. The second house I had was like that. So ain't nothing wrong with that. And take that to the bank. Still, the older homes you will get are either going to be in really great areas, like this area. It's only 2-bedroom, 1-bath, but you're in downtown Phoenix here. Or you get the really nice remodeled ones. So same areas we've been looking at, but now you're getting the remodeled ones, or at least the attempt to remodel. These looks like these guys are overpriced a bit. Another older one, remodeled. We get those older ones that have more charm to them, more character, if you will. If it loads. And you start seeing more of these, like what people say, basic houses, right? Nicer first-time homebuyer-esque houses. But nothing wrong with these older ones. I'm a sucker for older ones as well. And the older ones that you will see will be in a little better shape. Now, don't fall in love with just the appearance of the remodel and the kitchen. What is going on with this? Come on, dude. So like, yeah, this is nice and remodeled. But what you want to look at with these houses is, you know, not the kitchen or anything like that, but let's look at the AC. Let's look at the roof. Is that in good shape or not? Can maybe see from here that the roof looks a little more grayer and the roof looks okay. Sorry, the AC is a little more on the gray side, which is decent, and the roof is okay. So we're getting more options. So 350s are definitely going to be, in my opinion, the most flexible options for a first-time home buyer here in the Phoenix, Arizona area. Now, you may not have 20% down to get a $1,500 payment, but if we look back here, let's say we go back to 3% down, well, that's $1,745. So you're gonna have to bump it up another $100, $200 to get in that range. The good thing though is, let's say you look at here. If you happen to find a house without HOA, it means an older home, or in like some of these older homes, say I pull up, and I made a video about this, how to save money, so you can go watch that later. But say you find one like this one in Phoenix, taxes are $792. Whew, that's cheap. $800 a month. It's $800 a year, $66 a month. So, I mean, you find a house with property taxes that are cheap, you're getting 1,500-ish, but you're going to have to find older houses, and you're going to be around 350. So that's what you can afford under $1,500. Odds are you're probably going to have to bump it up to 16 or 17 or even 18 to get it something a little more not needing so much work kind of house. But anyways, if you're looking to look at more houses, check out my website, ArizonaHomesale.com. You can there start chatting with me, start looking at houses. And of course, if you're a little more prepared, you can always reach out to me and schedule an appointment. Links below. Appreciate your time. See you later, Arizona baddies.